Hi, this is Lily back again with another video. Today's video is actually I want to make a video how you can use social media to stay productive and ways it could benefit your personal and as well your professional life. And I know we talked a lot about how social media is very, very hard to stay on and as well could be very consuming. It could also be very tiring. So for those who are not taking care of their social media consumption, can lead to a lot of depression, anxiety. It can lead to a lot of tiresome being on there and FOMO, and I can just talk a lot of all about that. And you can watch my last videos too about social media, how it affects your mind and your brain. But today I actually want to talk about ways that you can stay productive on social media if you're still on here. And I'm going to share you 5 ways of how I stay pretty well on social media. And in fact, I'm only on YouTube right now because that's as much time that I can take and I'm active on here, so it's the only platform I stay on. But if I look this way, I have my handy dandy notes actually on here and I wrote it all in my laptop so I don't lose track of what I'm looking for. So if I keep looking this way and looking at my laptop. But the number one thing how you can use social media more productively or more efficiently that benefits your life is actually to set clear goals. Most of the time when we're on social media, we kind of spend time not looking for anything particular. We're just scrolling and looking at people's feeds, consuming from whatever our feed recommends us. And we're not really certain why we're on there. So when I'm on social media, I'm looking for something. Maybe I'm researching for something, looking for a particular community, maybe a trend that I'm on there. But when I'm on social media, I'm looking for something that will benefit me. So I think that's really important. First thing is to set clear intentions when you're online. It's like, what are you there for? And if you don't have no purpose to be on social media, just close out and do something else. I also think it's really important when you use social media to set clear goals, like what am I using social media for and how can I get out of it. Sometimes people are just using it for purely entertainment and that's okay, but also if you're using it for purely entertainment, be aware what you get out of it from just using it for purely entertainment. And then on top of that, some people use it for researching opportunities or finding ways to stay connected with friends and family. That's one way how I use social media. Step number 2 is actually to curate your feed. A lot of people don't do this. We end up actually following thousands of people we don't even like. People from high school, middle school, your neighbors, your pet, whatever dog. But I know for a fact for a lot of people do not curate this feed. And because they don't curate the feed, they end up mindlessly consuming a lot of information that's not useful to them. So I highly suggest if you have you haven't curated and haven't unfollowed people or you're just following people you don't even know, is to start curating your feeds for ways that you can get the most out of your stream of online. Sometimes I even have I have social medias where I strictly just posted and I actually didn't follow anyone. I just posted stuff and I left. That's all I did. And that's what kind of helps me stay on track so I don't have to look at what other people are doing. Sometimes I did end up following people who are doing very similar things that I want to do or things that people I really admire, give me inspiration. And then I'll follow them on their feed because they were providing value to me, and if they weren't, they were an unfollow. Okay, so let's go to number 3. So I think the number 3 is something that a lot of people lack, and it's actually to engage thoughtfully. A lot of people, when they're online, don't actually think about what they're consuming and the type of questions they could be asking when they're consuming material. They just kind of consume it and they don't question it. But when you are even if you have a curated feed and you're receiving a lot of videos or feedback or consuming materials, you still want to question if it's something that you want to add to your life, or you still want to question, why do I need to watch this? Even if it is from a favorite creator, sometimes they might not even post things that are super interested. But also another format, if you were to watch videos from other people and you enter discussions, is to critically think about, why am I entering discussions like this that do nothing for me or do something for me? That's, for example, you see a lot of people who are online in discussion forums or in the chat area or in the comment area commenting vigorously like it's their full-time job or something that really triggered them. And when we end up being that person, you have to like look at yourself, like, can you do something a lot more productive? Is sending this comment or replying or getting in this chat worth it for me? Am I getting something out of it? Is spending my time doing this actually lead to results that I'm looking for? And most of the time, people online are mindless consumers. They just respond and react more than anything. And I think I like to believe my viewers are a little more sophisticated than that. And I believe you're more sophisticated in that, and you'll spend time responding to things that really do matter for you. So when you're in discussions or you're in chats or you're in commenting on posts, just think about, is my comment useful? Is it served well for my time? And is something I'm really passionate about that I wouldn't mind people reading as well? So that's actually something really important, is to think about when you're on social media, is it worth my time being on here and putting my energy in there? All right. So number 4, how people use social media, or how you can use social media to stay productive and beneficial for your life and overall being, is use it as a way so you can learn and to be informed about things. So one thing great about social media, it's generally up to date. A lot of people used to get their information from like magazines, articles, maybe some reports, the news, right? But our generation receives the news so much more quicker now on social media. We're able to actually see things live on time. And sometimes that's the way how I keep up with my news sometimes, is that I follow places, of course, creditable, but also places that keep me up to date for trends, such as maybe, I don't know, maybe a new marketing trend, because I work in marketing, right? Maybe a new influx of the market, the stock market, maybe the economy, how things are happening. Maybe people are being hired to certain places, or new businesses booming, stuff like that. Really important things that I want to keep up to date. You put in my social media. I like to keep up with those because I want that information ready for me. So I want those things always on top of my page so I can be up to date for most things. So use social media so you can stay up to things that are important to you. A lot of people like to keep up to date from drama, from what their neighbors are doing, or TVs or celebrities. You have to think about, unless you're working maybe in Hollywood and you need to know that, or you're a reporter, or you're a TV broadcaster, I don't know, stuff like that, you probably need to know that information. But if you're not, knowing about celebrities or trash TV, or I don't know what other random stuff that's happening, might not be useful for you. So, and that's one way how a lot of people get stuck really into the trends and don't know how to get out of it, because they're just so always trying to keep up to date for the latest new thing. But in reality, you don't really need to know that much. It's just only the most important things that'll affect your life dramatically. And most things that we consume online don't affect us, or we don't need to be a part of it. I'm going to do my last one, and this one actually I know a lot of people cannot do, and I still highly encourage you to do it because it really helped me. And you have to be very disciplined on this, so I'm not going to lie, it is really hard, and that's actually to schedule social media time. There's some things that I try not to do anymore, is that I put my phone down by 8 p.m. I don't want to respond to anyone by past 8 p.m. I don't want to respond to people by text. Most of the time, if you call for emergency, like my mom or my dad, something happening, really emergency, I'll answer. But I don't want to respond to emails. I don't want to respond through notifications on apps. I don't respond on text messaging, only if this is truly emergency. So I'm pretty much off my phone by 8 p.m. and I'm either showering during that time, getting myself to bed, reading a book, hanging out with my cats, prepping for the next day, because in reality, that's my quiet time. So if you create a time where it's designated for social media, I think that's where you really excel. Like, these are the times that I only use it. There's also some things that I stopped doing, and it's actually being on my phone when I'm having lunch or eating a meal. Because if you're eating and you're not really focusing on eating, you don't sense the feeling of feeling full. And I realized that whenever I would be on my phone and I'll be eating. I felt like I didn't eat and I was so hungry, and I'll start like munching on random chips, and I'd just be like not in my most prime health wise. So I actually stop having my phone near where I eat, and I just strictly eat. And I just found so much enjoyment now just sitting down, eating, relaxing. I feel like it's such a great opportunity for me to chill and be with myself. And when I get to eat, I actually love it when it's quiet. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people chat and eat, and I love that. I really do, unless it's planned ahead. But I spend my time, my lunch hours, my dinner time, my breakfast is time of quietness, like stillness. I really just want to feel and eat my food and just relax and not think of anything and hear anything. And that's also includes my phone. I don't want to be around it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to see it. I just want to eat my food and just eat. Now I just find so much happiness eating my food, even simple things, just so much joy, just opening up my food and eating it, and really focusing on it, consuming and eating my delicious meal that I spend hours making it, or someone bought it for me. I really get to, think about that moment and, taste all the wonderful flavors. Anyway, I'm going to double check here. Well, I think that's all the top 5, and I hope you get to use social media ways to help you productively live your life, stay beneficial for your personal and as well as your professional. Social media is actually here to help you, not to deteriorate you. And I'm sure you watched my first video of how social media affected me, but it did take some time for me to recalibrate and think about ways that I can come back online and still feel sane. And I know a lot of people on my channel have been talking about how social media has affected their mental and physical and emotional abilities and overall wellness. And I really hope that this video will help you find useful and hopefully in a guide or a tip so you can stay sane online, because it is really crazy out there. But I hope you as well have a wonderful life and you continue to enjoy this kind of video and content. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Until next time, bye.